Today on Forbes, a major U.S. defense investor has links to sanctioned Russian oligarchs. Venture capital firm 8VC, which is invested in U.S. defense contractors like Palantir and Anduril, employs 2 children of sanctioned Russian oligarchs, Forbes has learned. This comes at a time when the U.S. government is increasingly concerned about the proximity of foreign adversaries to Silicon Valley. In 2022, the firm hired Denis Avin, the son of Peter Avin, a Russian banker worth an estimated $4.4 billion, who at the time had been sanctioned by the European Union and the UK. The senior Avin was later sanctioned by the US Treasury in 2023 for his role operating one of Russia's largest commercial banks. Also on the investment team is Jack Mashkovich, who joined in 2018 and is the son of billionaire Russian oligarch Vadim Mashkovich, a founder of the agricultural conglomerate Rusagro. After Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022, the elder Mashkovich was sanctioned by the EU, UK, Switzerland, Canada, and Australia over his alleged ties to the Kremlin and Russian President Vladimir Putin. He has not been sanctioned by the US. There is no indication that either of the sanctioned fathers have any financial relationship with 8VC. But their sons' roles at the venture capital firm come as the US government is paying more attention to foreign connections to the tech industry. Last month, the National Counterintelligence and Security Center issued a bulletin warning Silicon Valley startups about foreign adversaries using investment firms to access sensitive data and threaten national security. Daniel Fried, a former sanctions coordinator at the State Department and longtime Russia policy veteran, said, quote, "There's nothing illegal about hiring the son of somebody sanctioned. But," he added, quote, "if you're hiring the children of people that are reasonably assumed to be supporting the Russian regime, even if they might have had private doubts at one point, you better have done due diligence." Responding to an interview request for this story, 8VC's managing partner and co-founder, Joe Lonsdale, posted a 950-word essay on X, saying 8VC has, quote, "a strict compliance and legal framework and always makes sure to respect and follow the law." He wrote, quote, "We haven't taken any money from their fathers or their fathers' friends and don't need it." In the X post, Lonsdale characterized this story as a, quote, "pathetic hit piece, looking to paint our 2 Russian colleagues at 8VC as a scandal." He described Mashkovich as, quote, "a superstar," Avin as, quote, "a talent," and said Mashkovich's sanctioned oligarch father is, quote, "a successful agricultural leader," noting that, quote, "if you're a businessman in Russia and their leader says to meet, you go, regardless of your views." Both the elders Avin and Mashkovich met with Putin and other business leaders the day Russia invaded Ukraine. Started by Palantir co-founder Lonsdale in 2015, 8VC invests in an array of industries but has emerged as a prominent defense tech backer, alongside other major firms like Andreessen Horowitz and General Catalyst. With investments in Palantir and Anduril, which collectively have generated billions in government contracts, 8VC has broadened its portfolio with other military-focused unicorns, including the drone boat company Saronic and the counter-drone system startup Epirus. On podcasts and blogs, Lonsdale has pointed to China's rise as a reason for backing military startups. 8VC now employs more than 70 people, including 10 investment partners. Mashkovich joined the firm in 2018 as an analyst while completing his studies at Stanford University, where he'd arrived after growing up in Moscow and attending boarding school in the UK. While at Stanford, he'd returned to Moscow to complete multiple summer analyst roles at McKinsey's office in the Russian capital, according to his LinkedIn page. Mashkovich, who received a green card and became a U.S. permanent resident over the summer, has worked on a portfolio of investments as a principal, typically focusing on seed and Series A funding rounds. For full coverage, check out David Jeans's piece on Forbes.com. This is Kieran Meadows from Forbes. Thanks for tuning in.